Yo, boys, back with another video. Today we're gonna be on the Boomy alot, and yeah, pretty much I ended up going from like 2250 back down to 2150. Um, so I think my best advice for trying to push is try pushing at night. So try pushing from like 1 a.m. to like 5 a.m. Now, obviously, I work now and stuff, even though I have issues. You know, that's basically when I play, and that seems to be the best time. You don't face like a bunch of melee cleaves. I feel like just all the casters know that the only time they're going to be able to play is if they play in the morning, early night. So um, from like 1 to 5, just try queuing then, and you probably do really good. Now melee cleaves rule the entire, they rule the entire solo shuffle ladder in during the day and during the afternoon. But the moment it hits night, that's when you're starting to get caster cleaves and you'll start getting stuff like that. I actually end up almost one-shotting him here. I end up getting bubble by myself. So as you can see, my moons are hitting really hard. Now for some reason they weren't doing that any other games. Like just this game in particular, they were hitting really hard. And I'm not really sure if I have to do it in a certain way, but I try to get my star surges off so I get my stack of 30 haste, and then that seems to and then also get my astral power thing to, shift and form. So like as you can see, I'm getting it right now, and I just need one more, and then I'll get it. So I'm trying to cyclone. He ends up kicking me. I end up bashing him. He ends up bopping him. So pretty much our goal is to cyclone and help our team survive until I have burst. So pretty much we're just CCing what we can and pretty much just running. So as you can see, I'm just trying to kite with my healer, but I'm not trying to stay, across the map from him. I always want to be in his line. So like as you can see, I'm pushing with him. If he runs, I run. So he ends up bubbling and saying bubble by the good old fast. I'm trying to go CC the healer with a good old fast Rudy B. You got to make sure he doesn't have freedom up. He ends up pre-sacking right after. So this H-Power was really good against me because I ended up cycloning him anyway. Because even if he's pre-sacks, it doesn't really matter because he's still silenced. So it gave me the opportunity to cyclone him. And pretty much, yeah, all we're doing is fake casting and trying to hit cyclones because we have high winds. So whenever they get out of it, they're going to be doing 0 dam or 0 healing. And for some reason, their totems are super small. I can't even see them, so I can barely even get them half the time. So I'm kiting with my healer again. So now this is my time to get a full moon off. I have a fatty full moon. I have Bob right now. He tries to get it. Here comes a full moon. Damn. Boom. Then no damn, unfortunately. I'm trying to heal my teammate here. I have big burst. I probably should have waited, but I still have another moon. As you can see, big moon incoming. Huge moons here. We actually ended up, almost killing this guy right here. I end up cycling the healer. He ends up he actually has no CDs, so he can't do anything. This guy ends up walling. I end up DR bashing, pretty much just keeping us alive. It's probably a bad bash. I end up fake casting him here, and pretty much we end up root beating him, so he can't do anything, and then we kill him right here. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So like the root beam on him, so it didn't allow him to use anything. So he wasn't able to click a single button in that Rudy B, and you could have used it on the healer, but I instead used it on the LA because I knew he was not going to be able to heal that damage. So it was a good time. But yeah, pretty much as a Boomy, all you're going to be doing is bleeding, cycloning, and full mooning, and that's obviously on your burst. Otherwise, you're just kind of just spamming your stars like off CD. Like you really don't want to be holding your stars for like CC. So like some people like get full stars and then they'll end up getting their astral. Because like once you do it twice, like how if you click Wrath twice, you get a free shift or you get like free astral power. Yeah. So a lot of people will wait until you have that, which usually you should always have that up, like 24/7. And yeah, just use stars off CD because then you get those haste procs, which allows you to like do a lot faster casting. So like here, as you can see, I'm gonna try to full moon and instant cast fast because I know he's gonna try to kick me, but he ends up not kicking me. They end up not going me, and as you can see, free casting the most unhealable dam right now. So I'm gonna end up just pumping out damage. My Ellie's also pumping. I end up cycloning him. I end up getting high winds on him. I cyclone his trinket. So that right there, we just got his trinket, and that was just on, that's just trying to peel our healer. That's all we're trying to do. It's pretty much, we know their only win rate is if they kill our healer, or if they get really RNG and they just one-shot one of us. But yeah, their only win rate right here is just of training the healer and killing him. So I see that right now, and I start just spam healing him, and then I cyclone DPS. So cyclone the DK here, he can't do anything. And then I'm gonna just cyclone completely. I'm gonna cyclone again. I cyclone the red this time, so now I'm just trading cyclones so they're not able to hit my guy. And then I cyclone the H-Pal. So it's 3 Cyclones, and we ended up getting Bubble. We ended up stopping their go, and now my guy has Bop back. So now he's able to click Bop and protect himself. So as you can see, he ends up bopping now. So, you know, the CC just comes in handy. So I end up popping off here, and we end up just killing them right here. There's not much they can really do about that when they're letting a Boomy free guys. But at the same time, they really have to win there. They have to CC me and kill the Paladin at the same time. Because if they just kick me on a clone, that guy will just die 100-0 every single time. So in this situation, anytime you're facing a caster, you usually have to go to casters, especially in like a game like this to where there's only 2 melee. Usually, like if there's one caster, you're gonna absolutely destroy him no matter what class he is. Now, the only example that you wouldn't destroy him is an SP. SPs are like super unkillable, like probably the most unkillable class in the game. That and AUG, the AUG evokers, those 2 classes. I mean, the AUG at least doesn't do that much damage, but SP is like still the top dog, I'd assume. Like it's definitely still, way better. It's definitely the best caster in the game. It just does unhealable damage. It's immortal because it has so much utility, and by the time you even get through it all, he has disperse back. Really, it's just really hard to kill that class. But as you can see, we go in for the Cyclone because we always try to Cyclone first and then Root Beam, so we can't pre-freed him. So we end up getting Wall right there, and I end up bash cloning him. He ends up kicking me. I know he's gonna kick me, but he ends up giving me precog anyway. I try to use my big burst dam. Anytime you get the precog, you obviously want to be using your burst as like you want to be using your moons basically off CD. Like whenever you don't have burst up, other than like obviously right now, you just want to be using that off CD and try to get to where you can get those big moons off on like CC. Because if you can get a moon off on CC, you're gonna absolutely destroy it. So here we get a full Root Beam into a full Cyclone into a full Hajj, and I think we end up actually killing him with stars here. So yeah, he ends up getting absolutely melted because he ends up getting Root Beamed, Cyclone, Trinket, Hajj. So he just got melted. And that's really the main thing is just bleed everything and make sure you're trying to just Cyclone the peel. Because like when you're running high winds, you can kind of just Cyclone everything. Now obviously it can be annoying because people will get annoyed if you're Cycloning their target. Because a lot of people just don't understand it. But it's really how you save your teammates. Like at the moment you see them use CDs, and that's when you just want to start cloning. Because like you can stop you can get a lot of trinkets, a lot of cooldowns just by cycling. So here I get away from the shaman, because you never want to be stacked. So as you can see, we're all in different areas, so he can't just grip both of us in and kill us. So here I root beam him, so he can't do anything. He ends up freedoming himself. I end up fake casting him here, but he ends up kicking me anyway. I cycle on him full. I end up getting my full moons off here, so big moons, even though he has the thing down, I go for it anyway. We do unhealable dam here. He ends up getting a full hex. It actually breaks, I think, or maybe I'm pretty sure it broke. I end up cycloning him right there. We end up getting his trinket, and now he has high winds on him, so he's not going to be doing that much damage. And pretty much at this point, we're not looking, we're looking pretty good. We have sacks still, we have walls, we have trinkets, or I have trinket, my H-Pal has trinket, he has ore mastery that he still hasn't used. Just a heads up for any H-Pals out there. Yes, I'm like 2100 on my H-Pal already, and it's been like a day. I went from like 1400 to 2100 in like a single day. Just ore mastery in the opener, basically off CD. The reason is everyone clicks their burst immediately. Like the moment they start attacking and everyone starts doing stuff, that's when you ore mastery. It's the best time. Like this guy hasn't clicked it yet, and the game's been already going on for like 10 minutes. So like just make sure you click in. Now sometimes a lot of H-Pals will use it for themselves, but if you use it for DPS, trust me, it is insanely OP. Like you can get so much more cooldowns if you just use it on your DPSs. Obviously you can use it for yourself too, like if you really need it. Because like in this situation I start cycloning because he's gonna die if I don't. So I end up cycloning here. As you can see, cyclone DK, then we cyclone the ret, and now we're gonna try to cyclone the H-Pal when we can. So here I keep staying with him because I gotta peel this guy off him. He ends up blinding my Cyclone. I end up cycling the H-Pal here, full cyclone. I end up trying to get a full moon. He ends up Bubby ill. I end up trying a huge pump him here. So as you can see, I'm just pumping in stars whenever I can. You're really never wanting to hold stars. That's like your maximum output dam. I end up fake casting them into a DR cyclone. I end up keep pumping him here. Again, I'm gonna cyclone the DPS off him here because I know he's gonna be getting attacked. So here I end up saying, okay, well, I can't cyclone this guy, so the red like has the immunity bubble on. So I'm gonna I start popping off here. There's not much they can do at this point Because, like, they're all dead. I have burst back. It's pretty much GG. Like, the moment I get my second burst back, it's already over. It doesn't really matter what they do. Now, they actually almost end up recovering. I end up root being on his burst, so he can't do anything. Now, the reason I didn't root beam the healer, obviously, is because he had sack. So, he would have just broke. Now, I can cyclone the H-Pal, but at this point, it's all about damage. Like, CC comes down to when you need to CC the DPS, because wasting that time to CC the healer when it's this far of damp is really, really tough. Now, obviously, you want to try to, but really, it all comes down to keeping your healer alive. And as you can see, our guy recovers, and at this point, he's dead. There's nothing he can do about it. It's GG's. Because like the moment they didn't kill him on their go, it was already GG's. It's really whoever gets their burst back the second time, whoever can, successfully pop all their damage, usually will win. Because by your 3 to 2 minute cooldowns, by then it's already like 40 to 60% damaging, and it's like it's already too late. Like it's already like okay, it all comes down to whoever has the better CD. So like whoever has the more defensives will win that game. It's really all it comes down to. The funny thing is, this guy called that H-Bot garbage, but watch how we win this. This is like such a coincidence because he called him garbage, and then look what happens. This was like hilarious. I didn't even full send him either because I thought he would have used it. I forgot he's playing with a shaman, so he has free Rudy Bs. So there's really no point even root beaming this guy unless you cyclone the rep first. But as you can see, I fake cast him. I'm gonna instantly pop off here, so I'm gonna start pumping damage in this guy. I didn't even think he would die honestly. So like I see the HP at 40%, I'm like, okay, he's just gonna bubble. He ends up not bubbling, and I just kill him with he just dies. The DK for the first time actually does unhealable damage. I was about to say something, but whatevs. I was about to be like, yeah. And the thing is, this H-File didn't play bad at all. Like he is actually I just saw that bad pedal. He was pre-freedoming my Rudy B. So what he was doing is when you're facing Boomy, you have so much uptime on your freedom, so where you can freedom, sack, before you even get a root beam off in the first place. That's what every H-File does. They'll freedom, and then sack. And that way, by the time you get a root beam off, now usually they might not sack, but they're going to double freedom. That's usually what they always do. They might say they only might do it once and then let you get it, but usually if you double freedom, then you're fine. But like, especially if you're playing with a DPS and knows how to freedom you, it's really just not difficult. But here I end up cycling the DK. He ends up using his orb here, so I know I can't really peel him right now. Now I can bash the DK, so I bash the DK. He uses Iceborne, I fake cast him. I get a full cycle on the DK. I cycle on his trinket. So I'm trying to cycle his trinket, his trinket. So we basically got Iceborne and trinket off of nothing. And then we cycle in the H-Pallet. So we get, without them grounding or anything, we just get the most CC. We actually get wall from the LE2. We get sack. We get everything. We get trinket. So just in one go, we've gotten all these cooldowns. Now obviously, full moon is something that you can use, but don't really rely on it being your win rate, because like it's never gonna be your win rate unless you like random one shot like here. Like here I almost end up killing him here. But, like it's never gonna be that. Like it's rare that you ever hit somebody for like 300k, unless it's like a Windwalker or something like that. Even then, it's like you have to get really good luck and RNG for it, which is usually not the case. Usually you just are spamming stars and trying to win games. And as you can see, I see his bop, so I'm gonna cycle in DK, so he can't be getting healed. We're gonna swap to the Ellie here, and at this point, we can either DR clone or we can just kill him, because I mean, there's nothing he can do. So at this point, I bash him, and he's pretty much dead. Now there is maybe a chance I could die here, but I end up trying to use full moon. I end up fake casting into a full moon. Damn. So we get a full moon off there, and it's pretty much GG's. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of the Boomy gameplay. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully we all get lucky on our vaults. Even though Unlimited Conquest and Conquest boxes come out Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, question mark. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.